After all the positive feedback from my last redesign video, I decided I'd do another one. Now, if you didn't see that one, I'll leave a link down in the video description below, but I want to start this video off just like I did the last one with a few caveats. I found this site randomly. I've never talked to the business or organization or the owners. I don't know anything about their strategy or what went into building this site. So everything I'm going to be doing as far as redesigning the site is just based on my own experience and intuition. The point of this series isn't to knock any other designers, it's just to show you the process I would go through to redesign this in my own style with my own taste. Obviously, if I was working with this customer, we'd go in through their analytics and talk about their strategy, and all the decisions I would make would probably turn out different than what I do in this video. The point of this is just to exercise your design muscles and see what kind of creative things you can come up with. I picked this site because I really like the use of color, and I thought working on a nonprofit site would be a little bit more fun than just some random service business. I'll go ahead and pop a quick before and after here up on the screen just so you can get a sense of what the site looks like, but we're going to go into detail about all the things that I would change about this website, and then you'll get to see my full transformation and we'll go through all the changes I made. If that sounds interesting to you, then stick around and let's get started. So the site we're going to be taking a look at today is the Chesterfield Food Bank, which is a food bank just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I came across the site and really love all the use of bright colors, but I thought there was things I could do to this to really tighten up this design and make it just a little bit nicer. So we're going to go through this original design. I'm going to mark it up a little bit, and then I'm going to show you the process I went through to do my interpretation of a redesign. So if you caught my last video like this, you'll know we're dealing with a similar problem with a 1:1 aspect ratio logo, which you can see up here. In order to fit it in a reasonable size header, which they did on this site, it makes the text so small you really can't read it. That's definitely something I want to address there, and you can see they kind of covered that up by also adding the logo here in the hero section so you could see it, but having two logos right there just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Especially with this logo in the hero, you can see all the text is over here to the side, but they didn't do that to the logo up here inside the header. I think if we went with the layout like what you see here inside the hero, that would work better up there in the header section. We also have quite a bit of menu items up here in this primary navigation. They're all pretty bold and spaced out. This is making it take up like all of the available space, which to me makes it feel cramped and a little bit harder to read, so I think we can address that as well. Here in the Heroes section, we do have a large photo in the background, but mostly what you can see is just the parking lot. Obviously, they want to show how big and busy their facility is, but I don't think using this as a background image is the most appropriate use case here. It's making all the text in this Heroes section really hard to read, and you're really not able to tell what you're looking at in the photo other than the big focal point here with just all these cars parked. You'll have to excuse my screenshot here. It kind of caught their little pop-up, so you can kind of ignore that. But the next section we have here is nice and colorful with all their programs and the different ways you can get assistance or get involved. I really like the idea of kind of color coordinating all these or color coding them. But again, we're dealing with background images in all of these where you can't really tell what's going on in the background image because they've had an overlay put on top of them. I'm sure they did that in order to make all this text more legible, but it's still pretty hard to read even with that dark overlay. So I think we're in kind of an in-between here where we can't really see the image and we can't really read the text. So that's something I'd like to address as well. Moving a little bit further down the page, we have this Who We Are section, which has a video over on the left-hand side and text on the right. When we can see these two sections next to each other, we kind of have this repetitive pattern here of these two headlines that are all uppercase. They have a lot of letter spacing here. To me, this is a little too repetitive, and I think we could spice that up a little bit by maybe playing with a little bit of the copywriting to be a little less on the nose. Now, as far as the content here in the Who We Are section, we have a video on the left and text over on the right. When we have a setup like this, I typically prefer the video to be taller than the text, or for this video to be top aligned with the text up here, because when the video is just kind of floating in this middle space, it looks a little off balance. So I think we either need to figure out a way to make this video bigger than the text next to it, or we need to go ahead and top align everything in this section here. Now, just underneath that in the What We Do section, we have both their mission and vision. Again, these are kind of on the nose. I think there's some ways we could incorporate those important pieces of information without just listing them out in that way. We also have these little carrots at the end of them that I'm not really sure what they're pointing to, so I'm not sure that those are totally necessary. We do have a map over here on the right that I want to make sure to include in the design because people local to this area are going to recognize this as Chesterfield County, and that's going to give them a good idea of where their service areas are. Just underneath that, we have a little section here with their blog post. I'm not sure exactly how this is incorporated in the What We Do section. And again, with text overlaid on top of these images, we're having the problem where we can't really see the image too well, and the text definitely has some contrast issues, especially when it has a light background like that. And then here we have this How We Do It section. Again, we have kind of that repetitive title here, just center aligned. I think we could change these up a little bit to just kind of break that pattern a little bit. We also have this little statistics section here, which I think is maybe the most impressive copy in this entire section, but it's a little bit buried here. They did make it bold, but I'd really like to make this stand out because it talks about how much food they distributed and how many meals they provided. Now, I really do like these vertical cards they used here, where we have the 4 across and they're much taller than they are wide. Again, they're using that color coding here that I think makes the site bright and cheerful. So I definitely want to incorporate using something really similar to this in my design. Here in this section, and why I think these cards stood out, is we didn't overlay this text on top of the images, so we're able to see the images and the text clearly, which I definitely think is a better pattern for this design. And then I'm just going to kind of lump all of this at the bottom together with the footer. We have all of our partners here. I'm not sure there's a whole lot we can do with this. We just have a slider that includes all of their partner logos. However, when we get to this call to action section here, again, we're dealing with text being overlaid on this image. Now they did add a drop shadow to that text, which makes it a little bit easier to read, but all I can really see here is a parking lot. So I'm not sure that that image really tells me anything more I need to know. And then as far as the footer goes, I think everything just looks a little disorganized. It looks like we have a 3-column layout here where you can see 1, 2, 3 going across, and things are all center aligned in each one of those columns. To me, that's just making this feel a little bit messy. I think all of this is good information to include in the footer, but I think if we just clean this up a little bit, we can get rid of those alignment issues that make it feel a little bit cluttered. Now, one other thing that I noticed on the site, but it's not necessarily design related, is these donate buttons. Obviously, they're going to want people to donate to their organization, but you can see here we have a donate button here. If we scroll up a little bit further, we have this donate that comes up in the pop-up. We have a donate here, and we have a donate up here in the header. Now, I think it's important to include a link that clearly says donate because there's going to be some people that are pulling up this site specifically to go make a donation, and we want to make that really clear and obvious. I think the header is a good candidate for that, and keeping donate in the header I think makes a ton of sense. But as we scroll down the page, we might want to talk more about the benefits of getting involved and donating to this than just saying donate. I think if people weren't coming here specifically to donate, there's some other copywriting tips we could use inside these buttons to try to draw people in to get them to make a donation without just being so forward as saying please donate. Now, the last time I did one of these redesign videos, it was at this point that I showed you the entire design. And I'm going to go ahead and let you see all that here so you can just get a sense of what's coming up. But next, I'm going to take you through section by section and show you the changes I made just so we can go into a little bit more detail and you can see the before and after of each section just kind of one at a time. So we'll start here at the top with the hero section. You can see I did quite a bit of work with the navigation here to make it all right aligned and kind of tighten it up so it didn't span so far across. I think this makes it a little bit easier to read. I also made the donate link up here styled like a button just to make that stand out for the people that come to the site specifically to make a donation. And like we talked about earlier, I wanted to get rid of this 1:1 aspect ratio for the logo. So what I decided to do was use their icon mark with the letters out next to it. That gave us the ability to make the letters a little bit bigger and easier to read while still fitting in a narrow space. And next we get to the hero section. Like I said before, I think overlaying this text on top of the image made it quite a bit harder to read. And since we were able to make the logo legible, I didn't think we needed to put it in the hero section again. So what I came up with was kind of a split layout with all the text on the left and the image on the right. Now I wanted to keep all these letters big so they were the main focal point of this section, so I have them kind of overlaying on top of the image. Now, like I said, I really like all the use of the bright colors that come from their logo, so I included these little bands on the right-hand side of the hero image that are just kind of peeking out from behind it. I thought that gave us a nice little motif we could work with, something that we could reuse on other pages of the site, and it added that pop of color that I think really makes this site stand out. Now, like I was talking about with the buttons, we have the donate button up in the hero, but on this one, I put give back locally. Now that's just another way to say donate, but here we're specifically talking about the funds that you donate to this organization staying here within our community. I know that's going to be something important to some people willing to donate, so just saying give back instead of donate might make it a little bit softer, and then incorporating locally lets them know that the money that they spend with this organization is going to stay right here in their community. After that, we get to the services section. Again, I really like the way all of these were kind of color coded here, and I wanted to incorporate that in my design. Out of all the sections on the website, I actually spent the most time on this section right here. You can see I actually landed on something pretty simple, just using the pop of color in these little bands to the left side of it, and I color coordinated those in the arrows that go along with the call to actions here. I did make the R programs kind of stand out. We ended up with an odd number here. We have 5 different boxes here. So I went with the R programs as kind of the big one that stands out with a call to action button. And then I made all these 4 a little bit smaller and color coordinated them like we saw in the original design. But like I said, I went through a lot of different iterations on this one. Here we can see a card design. Another layout I played with was making these 2 kind of have emphasis by being put in a card with the 3 underneath it being a little de-emphasized. I like that, and you can kind of see how I incorporated that into the final design where the R programs was bigger and all the other cards were the same size. Here is more of a bento grid layout. I thought this looked okay, and we could do some cool hover effects where when you hover over any of these, we get to see an explanation of them. But to me, this started to feel a little bit dated with all the color bands. So even though I liked the idea of this, I think the way it turned out looks a little bit dated and wasn't something I wanted to go with. I also experimented with using some kind of tab so people could tab through all these buttons up here and it would display the information underneath it. But I was afraid that was going to hide too much of the important information, so I didn't want to hide all of that behind some kind of tab navigation because I was afraid people wouldn't know to tab through to all of these and get to all the other information that's hidden behind them. So after all that experimentation, this is the design I landed on that I thought looked the best and still incorporated those pops of color. Now, there are no rules to how I'm redesigning this, but I didn't want to create new images for this. But since we didn't use the images from this original design in this section, I decided to incorporate those in other parts of the website, which you'll see coming up. Now, I kind of lumped these 2 sections together, the who we are and what we do. They did have a nice separation in between these 2, but I think this information is related enough that we can kind of lump it into one section here. I'm a big fan of letting sections kind of flow into one another and having other ways of distinguishing between the 2 sections. Like here, you can see this background image, which once you see the full page design will make a little bit more sense. And obviously we have this little line and arrow going through this, which kind of follows the copywriting I did here with a path forward. Now, like I said, I wanted to make these a little bit less on the nose as far as the copywriting here, so I changed the copywriting just a little bit to make it more impactful. Here we can see we have more than a meal, a path forward instead of who we are, and down here we have fighting hunger and empowering lives instead of what we do. I still included all the same basic information, just changing the way it was worded a little bit to try and make it a little bit more impactful and less repetitive. Now, like I said about those alignment issues, because I was able to offset these sections and make this video quite a bit wider, it's now taller than the text next to it, so I was able to align those in a way that I think is a little bit more pleasing on the eye. And while we didn't have a call to action in the original one, I decided to go ahead and put this service map call to action here. Since we have the map in this section, and I'm not sure exactly how that ties into this, I decided to put this service map button here just so people can click through and see where they can receive services. Now, they originally had this blog section here lumped in with the who we are and what we do without its own heading. I decided to break that out into a completely different section. You'll see how that kind of fits into the design once you can see the entire thing. But by doing this, I was able to create a headline for this that says latest news just to give people an idea of what this section was about. Originally, since we didn't have any kind of heading here, it was unclear that these were blog posts. This, I think, makes it a little bit more clear, and I thought if we put these inside of a slider here, that would give it a little bit of interactivity so people could slide through these posts. It doesn't seem like they do a lot of posts, so I decided not to do a link to seeing all the blog posts. However, there is a link to that up in the header. It's a little bit harder to tell when these sections are isolated, but I ended up putting this kind of blue box behind this section here. Again, I kind of color coordinated this. All the news and newsletter stuff is the blue color. I decided to put this little box around it just to kind of break up this section and create some kind of divider without putting a hard divider line in between the sections here. That's a trick I like to use just to make sites a little bit less choppy and stripy, but still give some clear distinction between the sections. I did decide to pull those images away from the text here, so we have more of a traditional card here where the text is not laid on top of the image. That just makes it easier to both read the text and see the photograph. We'll have to zoom out on this section a little bit since it's quite a bit taller, but this is the one where I really liked these vertical cards, so I decided to incorporate that in my design as well. Now you can see the style changed just a little bit, but I wanted to incorporate that color coordination. And if I zoom in here, you can see that I was able to use the stripes in between the image and the text, as well as a little arrow next to the button to kind of bring those pops of color in without having to do full color blocks on this. I think that kind of kept with the aesthetic of the site while still keeping those pops of color in there. Now, like I said before, all these statistics were a little bit hard to read, and I think that's a really important part of this. So I made that its own section here where you can really see these statistics stand out. I used the color as little blurs in the background that kind of meld together. I thought that gave it a nice colorful pop. But now you can really see those large numbers, and I think that draws your eye into it. I also put a big 4 in the background here just to give a little bit more design to this section, as the headline here of 4 meals for every dollar spent I think is pretty impactful, and that big 4 in the background just kind of draws you into that headline. And lastly, we get into this footer and call to action section. For the Our Partners, I kept things very similar here. I just restyled the headline to match more what I was doing in my design, so not a lot of changes to that. But as far as the call to action, I did a pretty huge revamp on that. Before, if you remember, I talked about not really being able to see that picture, and the picture is only a parking lot, and that was making it hard to read this text, which is really important since they're trying to get people to donate. So I borrowed some of those pictures that we didn't use from the services section to bring them here as kind of decorative pieces, along with these little color blocks here that brought in that motif of the color pop, with a bigger call to action in the center here that really focuses your eye in on that text. And since we had another donate button in the CTA, I decided to change that from donate to show you care, which was just another way to ask them to make a donation. Now, as far as the footer itself, I kept all that information the same. I just kind of reorganized it. We still have multiple columns with all this contact information over here on the left, and then their associations and the newsletter over here on the right. By just giving a little bit more alignment to these things, making everything on the left aligned and everything on the right aligned, that cleaned up this section quite a bit and just gave it some organization and legibility. And now we can see the two side by side, with the original, of course, on the left and my redesign on the right. There are a couple things I wanted to point out as we're looking at the entire design here. Using things like this little dash arrow line gives some separation between the Our Services and Who We Are section. And you can see this kind of blob shape in the background. It's actually the shape of Chesterfield County, which is where they do all their services. So I kind of used it as a background shape here that goes along with the image or graphic you see of the county and their service area. That brings us down into the How We Do It section here, where we have our vertical cards, and the statistics section here, which now stands on its own instead of just being bunched inside this section here where it's a little bit harder to find. Like I said, their blog posts were here in What We Do, and I decided to move that kind of down to the bottom of this page and create its own section for it. Even though it's further down on the page, it's a little bit more prominent now that it has a little bit more real estate. And that, of course, flows down here into the Our Partners, the call to action, and the footer. And here you can get a bird's eye view of both the designs side by side in their entirety. One of the most interesting things about my last redesign video was seeing the comments, both the things that you liked and disliked about my redesign. I'd encourage you to share all that down in the comments below, as I think there's a lot we can learn from one another, and this is just one person's interpretation. I'm sure there's all kinds of ideas that I missed that you spotted, and I would love to hear about what those are. I've included screenshots of both the original design and my redesign down in the comments if you want to take a closer look at either one of those. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want to make sure to catch the next one, hit subscribe, and we'll see you then.